All right, guys, so we are back on Banished. If you guys remember where we were at before, we had just recovered from, let's be honest, a little bit of ignorance, but we're back. So let's see how things are going. Ooh, we're going a little fast. Slow down just a little bit, catch up. All right, so it's been a week or two since I've done this. We're at Holt because there's nobody there to do anything. How are we doing on... We got 33. That's not terrible. We only have one laborer, so I think that's important to realize. We've got the trading post going. We've got the firewood in there for this. Let's see how we're doing. We have a ton of logs, I guess a ton of firewood going. We got some logs, so I'm actually going to bump this up because we are only at 1% full. I'm going to use and abuse this. Now, I will say there's a couple of benefits to having something like this. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, so the farms are going. There's a couple of benefits for this. First of all, if the warehouses or the barns ever get full, it's at 82% here, and this one's only at 0%. If we ever get to a point where they're both at 100%, that's going to be a problem. When this is 100% as far as being full, that's going to be a problem. If this is ever at capacity and we don't have any more firewood to be able to put on here, that's a problem. My workaround with this is let's go crazy with this. So we've already filled up to 200. Let's go to 300 because we're only 1% full. Now, we need the stuff in there to be able to make the trade itself. But if we put all that stuff in here and we don't actually need the trade and we discover that we're way low on food, we're really low on firewood, all we have to do is come back here and lower these things here. So this is a really good almost version of the stockpile for us while she can keep working and this storage barn can get built up as well. So there's a lot of benefits to this process too, but we'll just kind of use it as we need to. I'm going to focus on the firewood because that stuff sells fairly well, and it's easy to replenish over here. All right. So we're doing good on a lot of this stuff. Let's see how our health is still kind of low. I would like to push that up if possible. Let's see how things are going. We have no leather. They're working on that up here. The leather comes from the hunting, which just gives us food, which is great, but I'm more worried about the leather itself. So we're working on that. The builders are going. That's good. Let's see, what else could we possibly set up after that gets established? We got this thing as well, the gathering for the medicine itself. I typically like to create this, and then once we get all the medicine we need, put it on halt, because we kind of need a doctor. We kind of need a doctor in a school. I know we had talked about that last time. We also need to make sure we're keeping up with the housing, which it's not terrible, but it's not great either. You know what? I think it's time to build some more houses. Come on, there we go. Alright, so I'm thinking there. We can't build there, so that should be good. Build another road. There we go. So we'll get some more houses here, which means we're going to need more stone, which are always lacking. The iron and the stone are just super low. That's why I want the trade. If I can get that, man, that would be amazing. How are we doing on firewood? We're down to 74. It's not terrible, but it's not great at the same time. So I'm going to leave it alone for just a little bit. People are farming, which is great. I think when we get to winter time, low on stone, of course. When we get to winter time, we're really going to try to rock as much firewood as possible up here. Obviously, we got all this stone we could do something with. It's just always kind of like a go fast, you don't have any supplies. Go fast, you don't have any supplies. Let's see. Remove stone. Go crazy with it. Remove lumber. Go crazy with it. So I am expanding the houses down a little bit this way. But the doctor's place will probably be up here because eventually we will expand this way. So I need to get a school. I need to get a hospital. So let's see. We want to eventually do... Which would we want to do first? Hospital or school? I guess we would want to first do the school. Well, that's annoying. How big's the hospital? It's even bigger. Great. I guess I could just put that right there, couldn't I? Let's do that. Put this on pause because we're not going to do that first. I think I want to do the school first. So if we grab the school, where do we want to put this? I guess here. We'll eventually push the houses out this way as well. So we'll do that as well, but put that on hold. Houses are going. That's good. Got one person living there. An 11-year-old. All right. If you say so. So we'll keep those on hold. The builders will go. Once we get those farmers back, they'll be rocking stuff. They're just going to collect resources. Really, at this point, this is kind of where you just sit back and say, okay, what's going to happen next? We're at 85%. Wow. If I wanted to put something in the trading, what would I put in there? I don't know. All right, so we got the hunter's place up here. We got one person. I'm going to bump that up to 3 total. Oops. Drop that to 2. So we have no more laborers. What if this one's got 1 fisherman? Let's bump that up to 2 because we got a barn there, which actually is really good. Bump this one down to 2, which means they can't produce anything right now, which is all right. We'll bump this one down to 4 and make, where's it at? 1 more hunter. Now I could make another forester. I know you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. I could make 1 more forester, but they're only planting. And until you kind of come in here and just like utterly destroy everything, they're not doing a ton of work. And so they're kind of gathering resources for you as well. All right, so food limits at capacity. I'm not really worried about the food though. Oh, you know what we can do though? Let's kick the venison up to eliminate the capacity of food. For that, as well as just kick this up to 10,000. Yeah. All right, so now we're at 10,000 as far as food. Whatever they need to collect, they can collect. We don't ever have to worry about food. Ever. All right, 300 here. Okay, that should be good. So he'll collect that. 140 for iron or firewood. A lot of logs coming out of there. I'm going to bump this up another 100. Really, I just want to see this thing full. So that if we get the ability to trade for stone, a lot of times they're overpriced with stuff. We have the stuff that we could give them if we need to. All right. So we got that. How are we doing on leather down here? Which one is it? Is it this one? All right, so it produces about 22 leather. That's not amazing. Got another house. They're empty. I'm okay with empty houses, I'll be honest. Let's go ahead and get this school going. At the very least, we can build it and then keep it empty. That I'm all right with. Stone, we got 13 stone. This one needs 16. So we're going to build the school. I'm going to leave the hospital alone for a little bit. And then I'm going to build the gatherers. One of the big things, I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but with the school, right now we just go from children up here straight to adults. With the school, it's actually going to slow down us going from children to adults, and it goes children, students, adults. So we actually get our people a little bit less time, but they become much more productive in their process of whatever it is that they're doing. So they can take on bigger tasks, they can take on more in that process. So it's actually a really good thing for us. Down to 10. That's all right. As soon as this farm's empty, which is great, because then all those people are going and doing other stuff. This one's getting there. So these people are literally just coming out here, transporting all the wood. As you can see, they've ravaged that pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and destroy this. Yeah. So all those trees will come down. We'll make some more firewood out of them. That'll be good. There's just a deer moseying along. Okay. Let's see. How's this doing as far as production? A little bit leather. Okay. It's quite all right. Still got more venison. Let's add more. Beautiful. I would really love just to see this continue to thrive to the point that we actually are at a capacity as far as clothing. They need to stay warm, and so they get the firewood within the houses. Obviously, they go out and work, and so if they don't have the clothing, they're not going to stay warm for themselves. So it becomes this, how do I want to do this kind of process? It can become very difficult for them in that going outside and staying warm. And so if they don't have the clothing, there are better clothes, but we need sheep that we need to trade for to get that. So just waiting patiently, I guess. Let's see. I believe they always come from the north. So the river will eventually bring someone. Maybe it's not always from the north. I've yet to see someone go backwards. So if they come from down here. Wow, that's really long. If they come down from here, they'll always come down from there. So you can kind of look and see, is there a trade coming? If not, then just keep moseying on. Don't have anything for the clothes. Eventually we want to get the warm coat. Wool is preferable, but just because you would have the sheep at that point, but it just depends. So we'll wait, see. You have one thing to remove, and then you got to grab the resources. Come on, guys. So we got people living in all the houses now, which is fine. We could eventually upgrade them, but look at that stone. Look how much stone that's going to require. It provides better warmth, but man, oh man. All right. We're deforesting everything. Is this our, what's his job? Oh, he's a farmer. They're doing good though. I like that. What are we waiting on? We have everything. Oh, we need logs. She's literally going so crazy on the firewood that we just need more logs, and they can't keep up. That's hilarious. All right. So many deer. Kill them, please. How many hunters do we have? Okay, we got 4. We should be good. All right. I feel like we're at this impasse of it'd be great to do something, but we need to get the wood to continue on. I would love to get this full. It's only at 3%, and it's already got 400 of each. Wow. Okay. Look at that fish. That's amazing how much fish we have. And I don't think they're ever going to eat it. Now, if I saw that there was a boat coming right now, I would just like jack that up as high as possible with as many resources as I could get in there, but I don't see anything. Man, I would love for them to eventually come. At this point, I'm willing to trade almost anything I need. I would love to get you. Let's look at some of the stuff you can get. So I talked about, let's get stone automatically purchased. I'm going to up that now, as well as the iron. That's all they have for now. That's fine. Some orders, eventually when they come, we'll be able to actually make an order. Say, hey, they got to sit in port, but when they're here, you might say, hey, if you are the person that brings a lot of animals, bring me some chickens, bring me some sheep. Those are the things that I want. They'll charge you a crazy amount, especially with animals or seeds. I'm not really worried about that. So you can get orchards. But whenever you talk about the stone, unless I'm desperate for it, I'm not going to do that because it's just so expensive. And so if it's not a naturally recurring resource like sheep that you can just they can breed for you, I'm not going to pay an outrageous price. So you can see the value here. The firewood's 4 and the venison's 3. This is an unlimited supply. The venison kind of is an unlimited supply, but it's in much slower quantities. Okay, firewood is up there. We don't have any logs to actually cut with. Up there we go. Let's see. Venison we can up even more. Let's just go ahead and do... I don't want to do this with the firewood, but this I can do it. I feel comfortable with that. So anytime there's any kind of venison in there, it's just automatically going to take it. So that will lower that. Let me show you the cost of the beans. So let's put... What should we do? 500 and then 500. You'll see the cost of this is just terrible. It's 1 each. I'll leave it in there just for the sake of it, but I'll take it out if need be in the future. Where is the fish at? I don't actually know this amount. I think it's a 2. Nope, it's a 1 as well. So it's great that you can have that, but at the same time, it's so inexpensive, or it's just not worth the cost at times to have it in there. So that's why you want to go with the venison. Obviously, the more expensive stuff like the tools that you can craft, the clothing that you can put in there, even the medicine can be a good item to try to sell stuff. In fact, let's go ahead and get that going now. We don't have enough stone, but we can get there. So yeah, I think we're on our way as far as this is concerned. What do you guys think? Is this route of putting all of my inventory in here a desirable one? You think that's the best option? Good, we just jumped up. We got, what, 2,500 in here and it's only 6% full? It's crazy. Logs are low, stone's low. That's okay. We'll get there. So what do you guys think? Storing stuff in here, a good idea, a bad idea? I know I'm a terrible person in the sense that I get going on a certain project of, oh my goodness, I need to up the houses, that I forget about this. And then all of a sudden there's something important and I need to rush over there. And if I don't have the stuff in there, it becomes a problem. So that's my own mentality of I'm just sometimes lost in the game. So what do you guys think? How should I approach this? Hospital, yes, no, maybe so. Our health isn't amazing, but it's not terrible either. So nobody's died from that. I guess that's a good thing. So let me know what you guys think. How should I improve? Otherwise, we're going to get a little bit more firewood. So thanks, guys. Talk to you next time. Bye.